Hey everyone, Maddie here. Sorry I haven't posted anything in a little while. The weather here kinda took, shall we say, a bit of a turn. So I haven't exactly been out doing a whole lot over the past week. So I thought maybe for today I would give you my first impressions on kind of some of the differences between Australia and the UK. You'd think that there'd probably be a lot of similarities because, you know, this is where we convicts came from, or free settlers as well. But in the intervening couple hundred years, there have been some divergences. Since I don't really have anything much to show you this week, I figured I might take you through some of those. So they will install a bath, even if there isn't room for it. If you take your average size ensuite and you halve it, you've got room for the shower, room for the toilet, room for the sink, the vanity. What they will do is they'll push all of those other things sort of out of the way and put a bath in. More often than not, I've seen the bath and the shower combined, and so that sort of helps the situation. But even if you take the shower out of the equation for a moment, a room that you think couldn't possibly physically fit bath, sink, and a toilet, they make it work. Having spoken with some of my British friends, this is completely normal for them. If you have a bathroom that doesn't have a bath in it, that's weird. I guess by virtue of the fact that there isn't as much land in Britain as there is in wide open Australia, they build up, not out. So there are a lot of stairs. So many stairs. The house that I'm currently staying in is 4 stories tall and about 10 meters wide in total. What you don't want to do is forget something going down to the kitchen in the bottom floor, only to have to go all the way back up to your bedroom, which is 2 flights of stairs up, to then come all the way back down. You get a lot of exercise in a house like this. One of the things I like in particular here is that there isn't any jaywalking. Australia, where you can't cross against the little red man, here, he's something more of a recommendation. So if you want to take your chances and cross, that's on you. I quite like that system. Kind of puts the onus back on the individual rather than codify everything for everyone. Of course, there's still pedestrian crossings, like the cars have to stop. There's actually opportunity for you to safely cross, but if you want to take the risk, that is absolutely fine. One that most people probably know is if you're anywhere other than Australia, for the love of all things good, don't call them thongs, because that means something else. And I also learned that string as well means the same. Just double check where you're going and what things are called, but if in doubt, if you're referring to the footwear, call it flip-flops. Sausages. Yeah, they are so much better over here. I don't know how they make pork sausages here, but just your plain, cheap, simple pork sausage here, which is one of the cheaper expressions of meat that you can get, it just tastes so good. Sausages in Australia don't compare at all. You have to go to the gourmet kind of places in Australia to get what here is just a plain, simple, everyday sausage. So Britain, more power to you. Love your work on the sausages. Look, for the most part, standard fare when it comes to food is reasonably the same. You've got things like your roasts, your fish and chips, but there are a couple of things that from an Australian point of view, you might consider a little bit odd. Ham, egg, and chip, for example. So we're talking hot chips, a fried egg, and roast ham. That's it. That's the meal. Look, I'll be honest, it tastes good, but I can't say that I've ever previously had those 3 ingredients put together just as is. From an English person's perspective, that's a completely regular, normal, just midweek meal. Having a tub in the sink, that's a thing. Rather than just fill up your sink, you actually fill up a tub in the sink with hot soapy water, and so the sink itself doesn't actually get filled. Rather than pull the plug, you tip the tub of water out. And so it seems like a bit of a weird thing to just fill up the tub rather than just fill up the sink. So I did a little bit of asking around, and basically what I found was it's a throwback from the olden days where mixer taps weren't a thing, and so you would have to mix your scalding hot and your freezing cold water separately. And the kitchen sink is also the laundry trough. Remember that because of the aforementioned lack of space, the kitchen and the laundry are kind of the same thing. You have the washing machine in the kitchen, which is completely normal here, and in Australia would be probably considered a bit odd. And so you have this enormous basin to fill water, and that takes way too long. So you get a smaller bowl or tub to mix your water in, and that's way faster and use less water. Back in the good old days, water pressure left a little bit to be desired. So these days we have mixer tabs and we have split sinks, and so having a tub is kind of less necessary. But you fill the tub with hot soapy water, put that on the bench, wash everything in that, then use the actual sink for rinsing, and it works. So that's kind of the main differences that I've come across so far in my travels. Are there any that I missed? Comment below if you know of any other differences between Australia and the UK. If you enjoyed this video, please give me a big thumbs up just there. Whack that subscribe button if you want to stay up to date with all of my travels and the random tidbits of information that I'll spout at you periodically. But thank you so much for watching, and I will see you soon. Bye!